Hello, hello. Hopefully this is working. All right, we got one of you guys in here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I definitely don't have my little ghetto setup done right, but it's close enough. All right, I got one thumbs up. All right, what's up, guys? Doing it a little different tonight. We got 10 people in here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm using a new microphone, so please let me know. I'm still actually trying to figure out right at this moment how to see your messages. Okay, there you go. Let me see what's going on. What's up, Evans? Okay, the mic is good. All right, guys. So, you guys already saw the title of the video tonight. The question that I placed was, actually, I don't even remember what I put. What did I put? Did I put, how did he break his leg? Or did I put, what? That's right. What broke Conor's shin? What broke it? Anybody? Go ahead. Let's see some comments. What broke Conor's shin bone? It was a gypsy curse. All right. Torres says it's Anderson Silva versus Weidman all over again. Poirier is the better man. Conor is done and needs to retire. We've also got Moonman saying it's drugs. All right. Bone on bone. The magic leg-breaking square. All right. We've got didn't drink his milky. And it looks to me like you guys have got it. We've got an elbow. According to Kavanaugh, says Evans, United States Marine Corps. Alejandro also mentions the elbow. He doesn't run. He doesn't do Muay Thai. He's got weak legs. Conor's stance was always too wide. What else? Too much whiskey. All right, some bad kicks. All right, let's get into this. So here you go, guys. Again, not that I know everything. I don't know everything, but let me tell you the quick story how I saw it. I was actually at an AMC movie theater in Burbank, California, and I was watching it with my girlfriend, and a lot of the fans at the movie theater were just casuals, just casual fans, mostly going for McGregor. Personally, I wasn't really going for anybody in particular. I just wanted to see a good fight. But when the fight was happened, I'll be honest, I didn't even see it. There's no way, I don't even feel like I could have seen it. I was almost in the front row. I was in the second row at a big screen movie theater. So the if you can imagine, the screen was so big that I had to look left and right just to see the whole octagon. So it was already almost too hard to see, just to see the fight. I mean, it was exciting. I actually really enjoyed it. But when it happened, the first round was exciting. Conor got off to a good start. Then Poirier rocked him a little bit. Conor had to grab him. Conor went for a guillotine. Didn't work. Again, a little bit of ground and pound by Poirier. Then definitely some elbows from the bottom by McGregor. More elbows from Poirier. Nothing that I felt damaged Conor very much. But then all of a sudden, you got this, the grabbing the glove, which, again, during the fight, I didn't see. This is all after the fact, learning what Poirier was saying and then seeing that on a replay that Conor was grabbing his glove. And then he pulls away, and Conor gets back up and does not hesitate. Just gets right back after it. Throws a roundhouse kick, then throws a front kick. A lot of times in Muay Thai, they'll call it teep. And, he kicks Poirier's elbow. Kavanaugh mentioned that that's how he broke it, and that is how he broke it. So it's really funny because I called up my buddy Majid today. I didn't do a bunch of research like a lot of fight nerds would over the weekend. I didn't do that. I didn't, I've got to just, comb through all the footage and find the exact spot. The only thing I did try to do was I looked for the roundhouse kick that Poirier was talking about, and the one where he points, and really he didn't really check it, but what he did is he used a tactic that my buddy Majid always talks about, which is he pulls away. So if you pull away far enough, you can get a guy to strike you with his instep or even with his toes, and he can even break his toes. So anyway, it wasn't exactly a check. He just caught it on the end, and he pointed at Conor, letting him know that, I know that hurt. But instantly I thought to myself, this doesn't make sense. Like, that's not going to break a shin bone. I mean, you can hurt your ankle, you can hurt your toes, but that's not going to break your shin bone. It just, that didn't make sense. So, then I'm thinking, pre-existing condition, but that didn't make sense either, because how can he have a pre-existing condition from camp and then he's throwing kicks as hard as he's throwing? That didn't make sense either. So I knew it was going to come out. And then what was so funny is today I go and I look on YouTube because somebody told me, oh yeah, he kicked the elbow. So I go and I look on YouTube and I look at video after video after video of guys that got it completely wrong. I mean, it's really crazy to me. I'm baffled that so many people on the internet have it wrong. Because, and I'm not saying I'm a genius. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I'm pretty much just taking what Kavanaugh said and then looking at it and then going, oh yeah, that's when it happened. But what blows my mind is how many people are actually going to make a YouTube video talking about the moment that Conor McGregor broke his ankle or shin bone, excuse me. He broke his tibia. And then, they show the moment when he throws the jab and he pushes off of his left foot, and you can clearly see his ankle is not doing what it's supposed to do. And then as he throws the straight left, the jab was with his right hand because he's southpaw. He throws the straight left. As he throws it, he comes back to place weight back on his left leg, and obviously the tibia's gone and he folds right over. Everybody saw that. So, but it blows my mind that people, I mean, there was a video, I don't know if you guys caught this one, where a guy is adamant that it was the roundhouse kick that Conor threw right after he got back up to his feet, because he threw a roundhouse kick at the thigh. Like he said, if you hit a femur like that, that it would just be, it would totally damage you. Like anybody that's kicked a heavy bag knows this. Like it was just the most silly thing I had heard. And I instantly knew that guy was way off. No, that kick felt probably fantastic. But then I watched the front kick, and I'll be honest. The first time I saw the front kick was from that doctor video. Did you guys see the doctor video? The guy he's got a lot of subscribers, and he's always showing like sports accidents. He's a doctor, so it kind of brings in some validity, right, to what he says. But it was ridiculous. He literally shows the kick. How has this happened? He shows the kick, and then he explains that the forearm would have hit him on the fibula. And he is so wrong. It's ridiculous. And he doesn't, it's funny because he doesn't even know why he's wrong. He can't even, he's watching the video. He made a YouTube video and he's explaining that it would have hit the fibula. And the reason he's saying that is because he thinks that it was Poirier's right forearm or elbow that made contact with Conor. And that's not what happened. Conor's left tibia hit Poirier's left elbow. And it's clear to see, clear as day. Once again, I admit the first time I saw it, I go, it doesn't even look like it made contact. That's because the angle of the view, you can see Poirier's right arm clearly. But that's not what it hit. It didn't hit his right arm, it hit his left. And when you clearly notice from that angle, even though it's a bad angle, you can see Poirier's elbow in this position. He gets hit and he immediately cocks his elbow out. And that was the impact of that kick. Obviously created a nice little fracture in the tibia. Conor puts his leg back. He's in a southpaw stance. He wants to throw a jab. Boom. Tibia breaks. Throws the straight left. Misses. And when he comes back, it's all over. I mean, it's absolutely clear to me. I mean, honestly, it's the only one that makes sense. Like people I'm sure were combing through the fight to find that moment when the damage was done. But none of it makes sense that it would have happened in a camp. None of it makes sense that it would have happened 3 minutes earlier in the fight. You know, it doesn't make sense that it would have happened like that. I mean, if you think about it, when you have a tibia break like that, in all the tibia breaks that we've seen, all the ones we've seen prior that I know of, it all happened on impact. It was like shin contacting with some serious bone that is not going anywhere and then break. And now this is kind of one where we get a break and there's a moment. So it's like not a full clean break right away, but the moment that the break happens, he plants. It makes sense. It happened right before. I mean, that's all you have to do. You see the bad break, you see the dangerous moment, and then you just rewind just a little and you can kind of see it. And it's just so funny to me how people still have it so wrong on YouTube. And I know I'm not the only one saying this. I'm sure there's got to be a lot of people doing great videos out there showing it. I wanted to have my buddy Magic come over tonight, but he couldn't make it. So he's going to show up tomorrow. We hope to do a video. So that's something that I want to do tomorrow with him and just talk about it. I don't want to, maybe I shouldn't. I mean, it's not like I'm going to demonstrate in this video, but we'll do that tomorrow. But if you notice when Conor threw the kick, guys, he threw the kick up. He threw it up. And generally speaking, you need to pick your knee up and chamber your knee and then kick in. It doesn't matter if you're from Muay Thai. I mean, somebody mentioned like karate. It doesn't, yes, you can take a kick and kick upward. But generally speaking, you don't want to do that. He's kicking at, was he kicking at Poirier's chin? No, he wasn't kicking at his chin. Now, maybe if Poirier ducked, he could have eaten it. But he wasn't attempting to kick at his chin. It looked like he was using what we call the front ball kick or the front kick to the stomach or the chest possibly. But it's a snapping kick and you want to strike with the ball of your foot. He used it a lot against Chad Mendes. Again, people call it a push kick, teep, whatever you call it. There is different ways to throw it, but it doesn't matter whether it's a teep or if it's a push kick or if it's a front ball kick or a karate style kick or a taekwondo style kick. to the body. You pick the knee up and you punch it in, and he flipped it up like you're trying to kick a guy in the balls. In the same way you would kick when you kick someone in the balls, he kicked it up. And when you do that and you kick an elbow, it's not going to feel too good. Now, most of the time when fighters do this and they make this big mistake, they break their toes. A lot of times when it happens, they break their toes on a guy's elbow, forearm. You got a chamber. Yeah, somebody just said that. You got a chamber. You know, my buddy Maja just sent me, right before I came on right now, he sent me Boss Rutan's video. And he had some good points. Although I'm still, again, Maja and I actually don't agree on everything because Maja has his own ideas. But I think Boss Rutan's correct. But I want to say that the overwhelming major thing that broke the leg was that front kick. It was not like people want to point to, oh, it was a camp issue. Maybe the one where Poirier pointed at him that weakened him. Like, again, guys, like, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. We're never going to know exactly what percentage goes to what. But I'm saying my opinion, guys, 99%, 98 to 99%, it was that front kick. That's what did it. It wasn't the look, fighters all the time throw roundhouse kicks, kick with their instep. And they're not breaking their shin bone. It doesn't make sense to say, oh, it weakened him. It was weakened. No, it's throwing a kick improperly, straight up, into someone's bone. If you notice Poirier's elbow, like, fly up when he kicked it. I mean, there's some serious power to that strike that's thrown. And there's some serious... I mean, do you really think his elbows... I mean, if you would have kicked him in the forearm, you can break a forearm. You can break, an ulna real easy. Guy kicking an ulna. You'll break the ulna. But when a guy's elbow's bent and you're kicking that elbow, you can't do that. You got to pick your knee up a chamber properly and punch it in. You got to go in. If you are going to kick upward, it's going to be more like Anderson Silva knocking out, Randy Couture, as well as, who was the other one? Or Vitor and Machida? Or did I get it backwards? Anderson and Vitor and Randy Couture and Machida? I think I got it backwards. So those kind of kicks, they're going up. They're still kicking in, but their kind of trajectory is more up. But, the way he threw the kick was lazy. He was tired. It was the end of the first round. And he made a big mistake. Cost him the fight. It's kind of sad for the fans that we didn't get to see kind of what we wanted to see. It was an exciting fight, I'll say that. Very exciting. I'm not on the train where most guys are. Most guys are on the Poirier train right now. I'm not. I've just never been like a super fan of any fighter for the most part. But what I want to say is a lot of guys don't like what Conor's saying. So, and Poirier seems to be such a good guy that they're all on the Poirier train. And Conor's, a douche, and he needs to retire, and screw him, and all that, and he got what's coming to him. What did he say? Karma's a mirror. And sure, if the discussion is about how good a person Conor is, I'll be right there with you guys. But when we're just talking about fighting, my brain, I separate all that. I understand. I don't think Conor's that bad of a guy. I think he does it to make money. I think it's pretty obvious. I heard he made 20 mil while Poirier made 1. He's obviously the draw. Why is Conor the draw? For his trash talking. I do believe he doesn't like Poirier, but what I'm just going to say is, let's talk about just the fight. It's entertainment, right? It's about the money. It's about the entertainment. That's why he's doing it. And you know what? As much as Poirier may not like Conor, he likes the red panty night. I mean, it's a part of it. How many of you guys would gladly, take a fight with Conor and break your tibia fighting Conor for 1 mil or 20 mil. How about that? So now again, sure, if we want to get into morals, I'll be right there with you guys. I like to be a good person. I don't like to trash talk. I don't like all that stuff, but I understand it. Now, was it a lopsided fight? Was it a lopsided first round? Was it a 10-8 first round? I don't think so. I had it 10-9 for Poirier, of course. The 10-8, I think, can be given based on Conor's broken shin, if that makes sense. I guess what I'm saying is I do agree with 10-8 because of the broken shin, because of he looked visibly hurt really, really bad when he broke his shin. But if you take that part out, let's say that the fight just kind of ended with him getting punched, with him covering up, I still would only give that a 10-9. And the reason why, I think a lot of people don't understand the sport that well. And I think that they're saying he got dominated. Again, like I hear this, they got dominated. Look, Conor was dominating Poirier in the beginning of the fight. And when I say dominating, I don't mean 10-8. He was definitely ahead. I mean, the striking was clearly Conor's advantage. Now, at the time when Poirier lands his left hand and kind of rocks Conor, and Conor gets in a clinch, we've basically, for the most part, we've got an even fight. And at that point, Poirier pushes him to the fence. We see a guillotine attempt. It doesn't work. So we've got a takedown. At this point, we've got Poirier landing, some ground and pound. It wasn't amazing, ground and pound. See, the problem is I think a lot of people are like, they're on the side of their fighter. Remember, I don't support either fighter. I don't care. I'm just watching a fight. But when you're on Poirier's side, what they see is they just see crazy damage, which I did not see at all. I saw a lot of elbows miss, glance off of arms. And then I saw Conor landing the harder elbows, in my opinion. Conor landed very hard elbows from the bottom. So I'm not saying he's winning. He's still losing. But it's an edge. It's an edged round. You saw some good up kicks. Now, was he cheating? Yes, he was. He was cheating. Grabbing the glove, definitely cheating. But he was landing some up kicks. It wasn't that lopsided. It really wasn't. I mean, he took him down. He won the round. He was ground and pounding him. Didn't land anything super hard. Looks like he popped and scratched. Maybe he might have, Conor's cauliflower, might have popped his ear a little bit, so he was bleeding a little bit, but it looked much, much more superficial. The elbows were not that devastating. The crowd just goes crazy. The crowd goes crazy because they see just coming down with elbows, and they just think, oh, this guy's killing him. He's not killing him, guys. He's not. Conor wasn't hurt. He was a little tired, not hurt. He won the round. So now once they got back up, clearly a 10-9 round for Dustin. Now, the break of the shin bone, I'll give you the 10-8. I'll give it to you then. But all I'm trying to say is the people that felt that it was like absolutely over. Look, if Conor didn't break his shin, what would happen in the second round? The answer is we don't know. We don't know what would happen. But again, that's not what happened. He broke his shin, so it's over. Dustin wins, clearly. But what bugs me a lot is so many people. It's just, guys, stop with this. Stop with acting. Again, I know I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about, but I have got experience. I mean, like, that's my job right now. And you guys, if you want to have your own YouTube channel and you can tell everybody what you think, you can do that same thing. But man, I really encourage you guys, just stop with the like, it's ridiculous with so many people saying, I knew he was going to lose because of how he looked before the fight. I've seen this a million times. I knew he was going to lose because of this. I knew he was going to lose. You didn't know anything until he broke his shin bone. How many people actually bet money that he was going to break his shin bone? No, nobody thought that. Nobody could have predicted that. We don't predict fights. We watch fights. And then when the fight's over, it reveals what happened. And then we go, wow, that was crazy. So, I just wish people that would be a lot more spectators. There's so many people before this fight came to me and said, hey, coach, what do you think? Who's going to win this fight? Who do you got for the fight? And I kept telling people, I go, you ever read, The Critic by Roosevelt? I love the quote. It's just people, again, we can have opinions, but if you want to pick fighters, you love it. It's fun. It is fun. It's fun to bet on fights sometimes. But these critics just don't matter, guys. The man in the arena is the one that matters the most. And yes, Conor's a man in the arena that talks a lot of shit. And for a lot of people, they love to see him get fucked up. I get it. But I just want to say, look, respect to both fighters. As fighters, they're both amazing fighters. Any fighter can win on any given day. And that's why we watch fights, So, and it's like, I want to tell people, haven't you ever seen a comeback? Like, does a guy who wins the first round always win the rest of the fight? Why don't we just end the fight after the first round? And then just that he's the one that won. No. Fights are meant to be fought, and then sometimes we get comebacks. Happens all the time. And then what's crazy is when you see a comeback. The guy who won, all of his fans say, I knew he was going to do it. I knew it. Yeah, you knew it when he was losing that first round, huh? So, of course people have faith in their fighter, their champion, their friends. But the reality is, guys, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. That's why we watch. That's why we have these competitions. And that's what makes it amazing. So, that's all I got. Anyway, guys, I'm going to make this one a short one. Plus my phone. I'm doing this off my phone. I'll show you guys real quick. I've got my new mic here. So I got that gift from my girlfriend's son. Thanks out. Shout out to Kyle for hooking it up. Anyway, hopefully the sound comes in really well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow I hope to meet with Majid, and then we'll go over basically what happened, talk about kicking, talk about the contact points. Majid's going to bring in some other stuff. Guys, there's other factors. I said 9%. It was that kick that did it. What percentage should go into drugs? Caffeine, possibly. PEDs? Lack of training. Are they not kicking bags, kicking palm trees? What are fighters not doing? Are more fighters breaking their bones nowadays than they used to? I'm hearing a lot of this. I'm not sure I believe any of it just yet until I see some real data. I think one thing we can say about broken shin bones, there was I think it was Corey Hill, right? If I got that wrong, let me know. Corey Hill broke his shin in the UFC. We had Anderson Silva. We had Chris Weidman. And now we have Conor McGregor. All of them had something in common. They other than McGregor's, they threw roundhouse kicks to shins or knees. And now, okay, that was Corey Hill. And now we have a front kick kicking an elbow and causing a fracture and a break. So it's interesting. These are now 4 in the UFC. If there was another one, let me know. I don't recall, but if there was another one, let me know. We had seen, I believe it was around 2000. There was one in K1. There's been others in kickboxing. Occasionally guys will check a kick and then, get that nasty landing. But is it happening more? Or is there just an issue with technique? Think about that. Is it drugs? Is it caffeine? PEDs? Is it technique on how they kick? In other words, let me say this. I actually think, I'll say this tonight. Technique matters. When a lot of guys, like when you saw Anderson Silva kick Weidman, when you saw Weidman kick, was it Hall, if I got the name right? Did they set it up? No, they didn't set it up. They just went in and threw a kick right into a bone that is not going to move. So, that they didn't set it up. If you watch Ernesto Hoost, I was talking with Pete Sugarfoot Cunningham tonight about it, and we were talking about Ernesto Hoost with the, jab cross left hook, and then after the left hook, you shift all that weight into your opponent, putting weight on his left leg, and then you pick the knee up and Dutch style chop down on that leg. There's no way he can really check you when you land that hook, even if it's blocked. There's so much weight shift. The guy can't pick his leg up, and it happens so quick, and it's set up so well that, so there's a technique issue there. And, I just saw somebody comment, and I've said this before, we said this last time. When you kick with the lower part of your shin, which is very, very thin, against the upper part of the shin, or even the knee in a bent position, a nice, hard, thick bone that does not move. I mean, when the femur is behind it, and it's pointing out, and then you just whack straight into it, not to mention the contact point, the tibia, you have this kind of strike, and then you have the flat part. And when the flat part's, it's going to snap like a ruler. So all these factors. And again, I didn't even name everything. Training, possibly. He was hurt in training, and maybe he's got some issues. He's got a calcium deficiency. Someone asked about caffeine. Majid was talking to me about, they've done some studies about caffeine, making it difficult for your body to absorb calcium and vitamin D, being maybe a cause of osteoporosis in older people who drink a ton of caffeine, especially if they're not supplementing. So, what is it? Again, my opinion tonight, as of right now, it was the front kick thrown with bad intentions, but with bad technique. Throwing it up into an elbow, that's your number one reason you got a broken shin bone. Number one. You got the spiritual people who think it's God's wrath. I heard that Habib said it was God paying him back, letting him know that, bad karma. Yeah. But again, there's so many different ideas out there. And again, I saw so many videos of people thinking it was like a different kick. It blows my mind that they would think that. But again, one of them was the Weasel. Did you guys see the Weasel? I mean, that guy's got like insane amounts of views on his videos. I mean, he does a great job, but he was so wrong. I mean, when he's talking about it. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's pretty obvious. Front kick in the elbow. Look at how the elbow moves. Bam. Slides right up. That was the impact. Sometimes it doesn't take much. So, either way, guys, that's Teach Me Grappling. So, yeah, maybe some other time on a different video we'll talk about how to conduct yourself as a martial artist. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. If you guys have, again, there's loads of comments. It looks like there's no super chats, so I'm gonna have to bounce. Teach Me Kicking is gonna be done for the night. Last one I'm going to read is, hey, Coach Brian, can you analyze the video? I didn't see point of contact with the elbow. And if it did, hold up real quick. Looks like I didn't see point of contact is different from the fracture. No. So DSJ Sanchez, what I'm trying to say is, so many people, I don't know why, but they keep trying to see Conor's leg make contact with Poirier's right forearm or elbow. And that's not what he hit. He didn't hit the right forearm or elbow. That's where the doctor got it wrong. That's where others have gotten it wrong. It was Poirier's left elbow, which was a little bit hard to see from the angle of the video, but it's very easy to see his elbow pop up. So you can clearly see where the impact went. Yeah, it did the damage. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much. I didn't give you guys a grappling video tonight, but we had Anton in the house. He was doing a great job teaching wrestling tonight. I'm going to bring you guys, hopefully we'll shoot a video tomorrow night doing some wrestling. And then we'll try to get, in the next couple weeks, we'll get, that state champ wrestler versus jiu-jitsu guy purple belt video. Man, that thing's really taken off. So we'll be doing a part 2 of that for sure in the future. Maybe we'll talk about Conor's guillotine a little bit. Lots of amazing stuff. Oh my gosh, I gotta talk about Ryan Hall. Oh, Dios mío. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. I gotta go. Have a good night. And I got these guys talking about stocks. Acknowledge your tattoo chef. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm not in tattoo chef. I am strictly a day trader, so I just trade price action. But right now it's all about trading a little AMC price action. And others. A little bit of carve today, a little bit of DD. Anyway, I'll be looking for some price action in the morning. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to do a Ryan Hall video pretty soon. So, feel bad for him, but anyway, Ryan's a great guy. So, all right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff. I'm out.